So what is espresso? A lot of people come into the shop and they think they need, because they just got an espresso machine at home, they have to put in espresso beans. And the fact of the matter is, espresso is not a bean. Espresso is a way of brewing coffee. It's a brewing method, or it is the drink that you get after you've brewed coffee using an espresso brewing method. Typically, it's coffee that's brewed under pressure, under high pressure, and it's a very fine grind, and you get a very concentrated cup of coffee. That's what espresso is, not a type of bean. You can make espresso with any kind of bean that you want. Doesn't matter if it says espresso bean on the bag. It doesn't matter if it says espresso roast on the bag or anything. You can put any kind of bean that you want in your espresso machine and make coffee with it. We happen to have a coffee that we call an Espresso Blend, our Forte Espresso Blend. We sell that as an espresso blend because we happen to think that it tastes really good in all kinds of espresso drinks, from straight up double shot espresso to cappuccinos, flat whites, lattes. This is a fantastic tasting coffee. We like it to taste kind of smooth and chocolatey. Not too much acidity because we don't think it sits in the milk really well when you do that. But that's what we do with our Espresso Blend coffee. Now, it's also important to know that we sell it as an espresso blend, not an espresso roast. Somewhere along in coffee world, somebody figured out that espresso was really dark coffee. Not really true. It's really strong, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a dark roast coffee. But somebody, probably in marketing, decided that espresso roast coffee was really dark coffee. So you get a lot of bags of coffee that say espresso roast on them. And when you open the bag, what you've got is a whole bunch of super dark, really oily beans that, quite honestly, do not taste good any way you brew them, let alone as an espresso. You do not have to use those coffee beans in your espresso machine just because it says espresso on the bag. You can use any coffee that you want in your espresso machine. There are no coffee police coming to your house and checking to see that you have espresso beans in your espresso machine. I have a lot of people that really like to use some of our lighter roast coffees, like an Ethiopian Yirgacheffe or a Harar, a natural processed coffee. You get a lot of those really intense, bright, fruity notes out of your espresso, and it makes a great cup of coffee. So if you have an espresso machine at home, or you are looking for some kind of espresso bean, definitely try an espresso blend. Don't get an espresso roast because that will be dark and ashy and probably pretty nasty. But get an espresso blend, give that a try. And if you don't like the espresso blend, ask your roaster for something else, whether it's lighter or darker or whatever you happen to prefer, and try that in your espresso machine. You can use any type of coffee bean that you want in your espresso machine to make your drinks. So that's it for today. Go and make some great coffee that people love.